Bienvenidos, Shalom, Allah Wasalan, Yukoso, Jambo. Welcome. Good morning and welcome to today's commencement, celebrating the achievements of the class of 2025 and celebrating 101 years of this law school. We begin with our national anthem sung in accordance with a long-standing McGeorge tradition by members of our faculty and staff. In this instance, Professors Clark Kelso, Jeffrey Prosky, Jared Wong, and Beth Morales-Ong. Please stand for the national anthem and then remain standing for the invocation by Professor Mary Beth Moylan.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming. And the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free, and the home of the brave.
Class of 2025 and our December 24 grads, and supporters of these graduates. I am not a chaplain. I am a professor and a lawyer who is a member of the State Bar of California and a member of this community. But a chaplain I am not. I have no ordination that qualifies me to preach, to pray, or to bless. But I'm going to do all of those things. First, to the graduating class, I will preach to you about the importance of going forward into your careers with authenticity and integrity. The world needs professionals who will lead with truth and ethics. As lawyers and leaders, you will be looked to for guidance and to set a standard for others in our state and in our nation. I implore you to rise to this calling. Second, I will pray that we have prepared you to meet the challenges of this moment and that you will move forward with a dedication to the rule of law and you will work to ensure that all people are treated fairly and protected from abuse. I pray that you will have the strength to help your families, your friends, and strangers who will need your assistance to navigate the changing rules and norms of today and tomorrow. Third, I will note that we are blessed to be a community that draws students, faculty, and staff from a multitude of backgrounds and experiences. Our varied experiences and cultural traditions make this shared celebration richer. Together, we find common ground as we recognize the achievements of these graduates, and in the spirit of unity and pride in our graduates, let us commence.
Thank you, Professor Moylan. Please be seated. I am now pleased to introduce our distinguished platform party. As I call the names of those on the platform, please rise and remain standing. I will ask you in the room to hold your applause until all have been introduced. First, from our University Board of Regents, the Honorable Consuelo M. Callahan, McGeorge School of Law, class of 1975. Next, Dr. Navafadi, Dagoni School of Dentistry, class of 1995. Second, our keynote speaker, Darren Lim, McGeorge School of Law, class of 2004. Third, our Alumni Association Board President, Chelsea Tibbs, McGeorge School of Law, class of 2015. Fourth, our senior university leadership, President Christopher Callahan, Provost Gretchen Edwalds-Gilbert, Dean Barrett Gunderson, Dean of the Thomas J. Long School of Pharmacy, Mr. Robert Henderson, Chief Information Officer, Dr. Mary Lomax Garaduzzi, Vice President for Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion, and Ms. Sally Pogge, Chief Communications Officer. Finally, I am so proud to recognize our distinguished faculty seated on the platform, beginning with Professor Larry Levine, this year's recipient of the University Distinguished Faculty Award. The distinguished faculty, we can applaud that. The Distinguished Faculty Award is the university's highest faculty honor, recognizing exemplary accomplishments in the areas of teaching, research, and service. As a faculty member of McGeorge School of Law for 40 years, Professor Levine is truly exceptional in all three areas. Please join me and Provost Edwalds-Gilbert at the podium, which you've already done, so we may recognize you. Working with my faculty colleagues to serve our students is one of the very best parts of the job of being dean. My colleagues have diverse and impressive backgrounds, employ a wide variety of teaching styles, and pursue an exciting variety of scholarly interests. They've earned reputations locally, nationally, and internationally as scholars and as public servants. But in one respect, they are alike. Their first priority is educating our students to become outstanding members of the legal profession. You know, I review the student evaluations of all my faculty colleagues, and as someone who's worked at 5 law schools and spoken at a whole bunch of others, I can say with confidence that the McGeorge faculty is the very best law teaching faculty in the United States. Members of the faculty, please stand. Please, of course, we didn't actually applaud the rest of the platform party, so I'll ask you to please also join me in recognizing our platform party. It is my great honor and pleasure to introduce our keynote speaker. He is someone I am fortunate to call a friend. Darren Lim is a 2004 graduate of McGeorge. He is the co-founder of Politicom Law. As I began my tenure at McGeorge, I had a chance to meet Darren at his office near San Francisco. His office kind of exudes this cool tech vibe. From what I understand, that vibe and his innovative cut-to-the-chase lawyering has connected with clients throughout the country. Politicom is one of the leading political compliance firms in the country with a roster of clients that is the envy of everyone. Darren is the former chair of the McGeorge Diversity Board. He has been a leader in support of the law school in every way imaginable. He's been absurdly generous with his time, given that he lives more than an hour away, his energy, which as you will soon discover is boundless, and his financial support, most recently as the sponsor of our Unity celebration this week. Today, oh, you could applaud that too if you want. Today is a distinctly full circle moment for Darren because just over 20 years ago, he stood on this very stage as the student speaker for the class of 2004. Please welcome Darren Lim to the podium.
President Callahan, Dean Schwartz, the McGeorge community, family, friends, and especially the 2025 graduates of the McGeorge School of Law. As Dean Schwartz indicated, this is absolutely a full circle moment for me. 20 plus years ago, I stood in this very position as the class speaker for my McGeorge graduation. So to be here today, my mom is here. This morning when I dropped my son off at her house, I said, "Mom, 21 years ago, we went to graduation, and here we are again." So she's here with my son. My daughter and my husband are at home watching. This, for me, is absolutely awesome. "20 years ago, I was honored to be the class speaker. Today, to be here as your commencement speaker, I am completely humbled and so grateful to have the opportunity to celebrate with you on your big day. "20 years ago, I spoke about lust, passion, and love. The lust for education, the passion for success, and the love and support of our friends and family. Lust, passion, and love. All these many years later, I would like to pick up on that theme and share my love story with the law, and how it pertains to you in your professional journeys. It would be way too easy for me to stand here today and proclaim that happily ever after awaits. Through my own journey in life and the law, I know tremendous highs and some lows await. It's a roller coaster out there. A roller coaster where even celebrations can become criticisms. Take the time I was invited to a client's law summit. Think of it like a conference with the company's in-house counsel and all of their outside counsel. So during this conference, the general counsel presented this Attorney of the Year award. I'm sitting in the audience wondering, all right, who's this person going to be? So the general counsel starts introducing the awardee. As this is occurring, I start to think, this sounds familiar. You know where I'm going. The Attorney of the Year is Darren Lim. I was shocked, completely shocked. So after receiving the award, I snapped a picture, sent it off to the firm to share in that moment. So several months later, at my year-end evaluation, did the award come up? Yes. The award did come up. One of my bosses, one of the partners, brought up the award and began to criticize my judgment. What? He questioned my judgment for directly sending out news of that award. His direction? I should have emailed him, and he should have alerted the firm. In other words, it was too much for this gay, Asian, first-generation attorney to step into the spotlight alone. Too much to step into the spotlight alone. It was around that time I was wondering what my next move would be. I was scrolling through my feed one night in between audition videos for American Idol and AGT. I was going to say The Voice, but my son said, use AGT, that's more contemporary. So in between those videos came this Oprah video. It was a video about leaning into your strengths. What I learned that night is that you're leaning into your strengths when whatever you're doing, it feels free. You're leaning into your strengths where you could spend hours working on something, yet it feels like just moments have gone by. You're leaning into your strengths when whatever you're doing, you are energized. So I realized I really loved my area of the law, political law. I just didn't love some of the people I was doing it with. So what could I do? Sure, I could move to another firm as a lateral. That's safe, that's reasonable. Was I safe? Was I reasonable? No! I'm gay, I'm Asian, I'm first generation, I'm just a little different. I did what I never thought was possible. I learned to trust my instincts. I learned to dream again. I learned to create. I learned to create and build a better law firm. Build a better law firm. What did I do? I jumped. With absolutely no safety net, I found my love. With the support of my business partner, Politicom Law was born. I found this lust to create new products and services for our clients, this passion to revolutionize the law as I knew it, and this love for our clients who appreciated me for me. I should probably mention that I also happened to do this when my husband and I had been married for just 2 years and our son was just 1. Not exactly the safest time to take that leap of faith. But my love story is possible because of the support of my husband and my family. They always believed in me, even as our savings account at the time was nearly depleted taking this chance on me. So, why am I telling you this story? Graduates, in this moment, the law is wide open to you. Swipe left, swipe left, swipe right. However you swipe, a world of possibilities await. Your relationship with the law is just that, a relationship. So make it the best possible relationship. Rewarding, loving, fulfilling. Talk to any attorney who absolutely loves what they do, and they will tell you the same thing. Their careers are rewarding. They love what they do, and they absolutely want more from future graduates to love their law as well. So graduates, I challenge you here today. I challenge you here today to find your love story. Find your love story with the law. Find the type of law that energizes you. Find the type of law that makes you want to work for it. And most importantly, find the type of law that is completely challenging, yet completely fulfilling at the same time. Believe in yourself. Believe in yourself. Because today, I join all of your friends and family here in this auditorium, and we look out, we see you. We see you, we see the most beautiful versions of you possible. Because today, you are the best. You are absolutely the best. So graduates, your love story awaits. Be bold, be brave, step into your spotlight, and most importantly, write the most amazing story about you. Congratulations, the class of 2025.
I'll ask you to please join me in once again thanking him for his dedicated service to the law school. It is now my distinct pleasure to introduce the 26th president of the University of the Pacific and the hardest working human I know, President Christopher Callahan, who will convey his personal congratulations to the class of 2025.
Thank you, Dean Schwartz. It is an honor and privilege to be with you here today. Please allow me to add my heartfelt congratulations to our 201 students graduating today. Each of you has worked tirelessly to be here, and we are enormously proud of all you have accomplished. You embody the spirit and passion and love of the law that has been the hallmark of the McGeorge School of Law for 101 years. And we know that you will help make your communities and our country more fair and just places as you embark on your careers in the law and public life. I'd also like to join Dean Schwartz in thanking our faculty. Our graduates would not be here today without the passion and dedication and inspiring talents of our McGeorge School professors. You have given our graduates a strong foundation upon which they will build their successful careers. And on that note, yes, please. And on that note, today we have the pleasure of honoring a member of the Pacific faculty for exceptional service that has enriched the lives of our students and our university. The Board of Regents has voted unanimously to convey upon this extraordinary Pacifican our university's highest honor, the Order of Pacific. I invite Professor John Sprankling to come forward. The university honors Professor Sprankling with the Order of Pacific for 29 years of distinguished service to the McGeorge School of Law. Professor Sprankling served McGeorge as a faculty member, dean, mentor, and scholar. He came to Pacific following an accomplished career in both legal practice and academia. He is an internationally recognized expert on property law and the author of 6 books on the subject. Professor Sprankling has made a profound and lasting impact on his students and the entire McGeorge community. We are truly grateful for his exceptional dedication, wisdom, and leadership. And if I may ask Provost Ed Wells-Gilbert to come up to do the honors. Congratulations again, Professor Sprankling. And finally, I would like to give a special thanks to my friend and colleague, Dean Michael Hunter Schwartz. Through his energy, his ideas, and his genuine love of his school and our students, Dean Schwartz makes our university and legal education better every single day. Thank you, Dean Schwartz, for all you have done as our transformational dean and for all of the great things to come as you return to our faculty. Thank you, Dean Schwartz.
So I just timed it wrong. I got choked up before I was supposed to be choked up. Thank you, President Callahan. The graduating class has selected 2 speakers, one each to represent the JD program and the law school's graduate programs. I am especially delighted because I adore both. Representing the graduate programs at McGeorge is Diego Ahumeda. Diego's journey with McGeorge began back in 2016 when he joined a group of law students from CETIS University in Mexico for a summer program focused on California legislation. That formative experience planted a vision of someday becoming an attorney in California. After graduating from law school in Mexico in 2019, Diego built a successful career as a corporate attorney, advising multinational clients and guiding foreign investment in real estate development. Years later, he took a leap of faith, leaving his career, family, and friends behind to move to Sacramento alone and pursue his dream. Over the past 3 semesters, Diego has left a meaningful mark on McGeorge, from his work as a student assisting international students in finding housing to his year-long role at the California Victims of Crime Resource Center, where he supported Spanish-speaking victims across the state. Diego has led with warmth, service, and heart. His story is one of courage, discipline, and sacrifice, values rooted in the love and example of his parents, who remain his greatest inspiration. As he prepares for the California bar exam and begins the next chapter of his legal career, Diego remains committed to excellence and service. Mr. Ahumada.
Thank you, Dean Schwartz, for those wonderful words, and thank you, Dean Schwartz, for the support for international students, because in times of uncertainty, McGeorge always remained a safe place for international students. Dear class of 2025, we did it! It is an honor and a privilege to be standing in front of you today. The feeling of joy and pride that fills up this room is something that none of us will ever forget. They say it takes a village to raise a child. Well, today, that child is graduating from law school. And the village, no matter the size, big or small, in person or in spirit, the village is with us today celebrating. That village that some of us call parents, some call grandparents, brothers, sisters, a spouse or partner, no matter who is part of your village, they have been with you in this crazy journey that started way before you decided to become a lawyer. Your village has seen you stumble, they have seen you fall, but every time your village has seen you get up, dust the dirt off your shoulders, and get back on your feet. They'd watched you all the way, and they will stay with you forever. The journey has made you resilient, and you will need resiliency for the rest of your life. Law school exams might be over, but life will test you in many more creative ways than any fact pattern from an exam from Professor Levine. And more than just your knowledge, your moral character will be tested. There will be times when unethical options will be available. Not for us. Unbreakable ethics will carry you and distinguish you for the rest of your career, and your village will keep you accountable if you don't hold yourself up to that standard. If you look back at your law school career, you'll find that the best moments were those that you spent with your friends, your law school friends that now today are just friends. Some of them are best friends. And even though life will undoubtedly take us in different paths, try as much as you can to keep those friendships alive. We're living in a moment when it's easier to be connected, and somehow there is a loneliness epidemic. On the flip side, science has proven that a person with high-quality personal relationships, also known as friendships, may increase their longevity up to 25%. So, doesn't matter if you want to keep those friendships alive just to live a little bit longer, keep those friendships alive. Also, your law school friends will be a part of that very small group of people that will actually understand when you vent about your difficult case at your law firm or a difficult client. Just don't forget the attorney-client privilege and the duty of confidentiality. So even if you keep those friendships alive just because no one else will hear about your interesting case, keep those friendships alive. Never forget about your village, your parents who were with you from the first moment you opened your eyes to the world, your childhood friends, good teachers, great teachers, I might say, great teachers who inspired us, coaches who taught you discipline and hard work. You are a result of the collective effort of all of those people. And now, as you realize the dream that all these people have dreamed with you, it is time to thank them and to return the favor by continuing your path of excellence and helping your village as you become a successful attorney. Lastly, don't forget about your inner child. Nurturing your inner child will keep you curious about life, will allow you to have fun as life gets big and serious, and will keep your heart light and young. Thank you, class of 2025. And for those of us taking the California bar exam, remember the words of the late, great Kobe Bryant. The job's not finished. So, let's finish this job for our families, for our future, for our village. Congratulations, class of 2025. I have a promise to keep, so a mi familia en Ensenada, Baja California, México, y a mis amigos, un saludo a mi abuela, que la extraño, lo hice por ti, a mi novia, a mis papás, los amo.
Thank you, Diego. Representing the JD programs is Mahima Korea. Ms. Korea is a proud first-generation law student from Southern California, inspired by her family's immigrant roots, entrepreneurial spirit, and her own lifelong love of the entertainment industry. During her time at McGeorge, she kind of did everything. She served as co-president of the Women of Color Collective, a JD Admissions Fellow, and was actively involved in several student organizations supporting diversity, equity, and inclusion. She completed a legal externship at SMUD, where she worked on employment and labor law issues in preparation for union negotiations. She also testified at the California State Capitol in support of legislation aimed at improving access and equity in education, demonstrating her commitment to advocacy beyond the classroom. After the bar exam, she will return home to Southern California to begin her legal career with a post-bar position at Hannah Brophy. With a passion for business and entertainment law, she is committed to using her legal education to uplift and empower underrepresented communities. Ms. Korea.
goodness. Okay, hi everyone. Jai Shri Krishna and Sat Sri Akal. Good afternoon, everyone. Classmates, faculty, family, and friends. It is such an incredible honor to stand here today. You know, if you had told me on our very first day of law school, when we were nervously trying to figure out how to survive cold calls, that I would one day be standing here giving a speech on behalf of the graduating class, I probably would have laughed, panicked, and then asked if this was going to be graded. Yet here we are. We made it together. Whether JD, LLM, or master's students, we've all poured ourselves into this journey. And today we celebrate every version of that commitment. And while some of us came to McGeorge from nearby and others from far away, whether we spent 1 year, 2.5, 4, or somewhere in between, Sacramento became more than just a city. It became our home because of the people in this room. Law school wasn't just about memorizing cases or learning how to argue persuasively, although, let's be honest, some of us mastered that skill a little too well. It was about community. It was about late-night conversations in the library, group chats filled with outlines and memes, hyping each other up before oral arguments, and celebrating every small victory. And there were so many. Some of us learned rather quickly that in certain classes, like Professor Vitello's, the phrase doing the heavy lifting wasn't just a metaphor, it was a lifestyle. Whether it was dragging ourselves through the readings, prepping for the next cold call, or figuring out just how much caffeine a human being can safely consume. We didn't just survive, we got stronger. We carried each other, and we came out better for it. We navigated countless challenges, not just exams and internships, but personal struggles, family obligations, and moments of serious self-doubt. We learned that success doesn't always look like a perfect resume. Sometimes it looks like getting up after a rough semester, after a tough case, after a personal loss, and choosing to keep going. Law school taught us a lot of black-letter law, yes, but it also taught us how to lose with grace, to advocate with integrity, and to lead with heart. We became lawyers not just through our victories, but through our resilience. As we leave here today, we'll scatter across cities, firms, courtrooms, nonprofits, and causes. Some of us will change the law, some of us will change lives, and some of us will quietly but profoundly change our communities. One client, one case, one act of kindness at a time. The world needs the kind of lawyers we have become. Lawyers who are smart, passionate, ethical, and human. No matter where you go after today, know this: you carry with you not just a degree, but a legacy of perseverance, compassion, and strength. And you'll always carry a little bit of this class, this community with you. Being part of student orgs, study groups, and late-night conversations with so many of you has been the honor of my law school life. You have challenged me, inspired me, and made me feel seen. To our families, thank you for being our biggest cheerleaders. To our professors and mentors, thank you for shaping not just our minds, but our sense of purpose. And to my classmates, thank you for being the best reminder that even when the law feels heavy and the world feels uncertain, hope is never lost because it lives in people like you. Congratulations, McGeorge class of 2025. You've done the heavy lifting. Now go lift others. Go build the kind of world we all came here to fight for.
Thank you, Mahima. It's clear I lost the negotiation of this commencement exercise because I have to follow Mahima, Diego, Mr. Lim, and President Callahan to share my thoughts. I will only make 2 points. First, I want to tell you a story that communicates something for me that is an important message. Years ago, when I was a young lawyer and nervous about handling a case on my own for the very first time, my supervisor, who is now a Ninth Circuit judge, although not Judge Callahan, told the story to me in the way I will tell it to you. I hope the story and its message stay with you as long as they have stayed with me. The story comes, yes, from a very famous children's movie, Dumbo. So if you remember the movie, Dumbo was an elephant, and he had large ears, and everyone made fun of him for his large ears. And at some point, he made friends with a mouse because he was so isolated from the fellow elephants. And his mouse friend realized that actually his ears would allow him to fly. And he told Dumbo, to convince him that he could do it, that he had a magic feather. And he gave Dumbo that feather and said, as long as you have this feather, you can fly. And if you remember, at the end of the movie, Dumbo is flying around the big tent and swooping, and everything is beautiful, and then he dropped the feather. And all of a sudden, with the mouse on his shoulder, he's careening to, and his friend is screaming, no, no, it was your ears all along, you didn't need the feather. At the very last moment, he swooped up, they both were saved, and the entire audience applauded. So here's my message to you. As you've been studying here at McGeorge with our brilliant, brilliant faculty, it may have seemed to you every once in a while that you needed us to help you understand the law and to ingrain in you an understanding of the theory and the policy that you have learned. You might even have come to believe that you couldn't have mastered the material without us. But you are in the room today because you did not need us. We are your Dumbo's feather. And we believe you will always be capable of the brilliance you've demonstrated during your time at McGeorge. When you look at your program after today's festivities, you'll see in the very back there's a picture of a feather. It's just a reminder that you never needed us in the first place. My second point is about gratitude. Psychological studies have taught us how important it is to our own mental health and to the people we care about that we share our gratitude. So here's our expression of gratitude to you, class of 2025. You have touched our lives in innumerable ways, making us, and certainly me, better as teachers, staff members, and administrators. Thank you for the gift of you. Class of 2025, I promise you I will never forget you. You will always hold a special place in my heart, both because we've been through so much together and because you are the class that graduated the year that I graduated from being a dean to becoming a faculty member. Together, we are all commencing an exciting and uncertain future. We share that feeling of pride in what we accomplished to get here, enthusiasm about our futures, and maybe just a little bit of queasiness about the uncertainty of what comes next. Most importantly, while you are finishing your time at the law school with extraordinary legal knowledge and skills, you also graduate with a deep sense of purpose and a mindset to change the world. You are prepared to lead with integrity, to uplift our communities, and to make meaningful change in the world. I have no doubt you will go on to do great good wherever your path leads you. Faculty, staff, and administration colleagues, please join me in thanking the class of 2025 with our applause. Just as we thank you, nearly all of you have people for whom you feel grateful. Class, please join me in thanking your partners, mothers, fathers, siblings, other family members, pets, and friends who contributed to your success. Okay, we now turn to our principal order of business, the happy task of awarding Juris Doctor degrees to 148 candidates, Doctor of Juridical Science degrees to 3 candidates, Master of Law, LLM degrees to 16 candidates, Master of Science in Law degrees to 20 candidates, and Master of Public Policy or Public Administration degrees to 14 candidates. As President Callahan approaches the podium, a bit on the process, the candidates' names will be read by long-term McGeorge professor Clark Kelso. The MPA and MPP students will be ceremoniously get their hoods from Professor Marcy Paolinelli, the director of the programs. The JD, MSL, JSD, and LM students will receive their degree hoods from Professors Ederlina Coe and Dan Croxall. President Callahan, I am honored to present our candidates.
Thank you, Dean Schwartz. Will the candidates please rise? With the authority vested in me by the Board of Regents and upon the recommendation of the McGeorge School of Law faculty, I confer upon you the academic degree for which you've qualified, with all of its rights, privileges, and responsibilities. Congratulations all.
Ladies and gentlemen, presenting the candidates for the degree of Master of Public Administration and Public Policy, beginning with those members of the class of 2025 selected by our Faculty Committee on Honors and Awards for special recognition. Recognized with the MPA Award of Excellence, Natalie Mildred Kokanubo-Leeser. Recognized with the MPP Award of Excellence, Savannah R. Greenwood. Also recognized with the MPP Award of Excellence, Brianna Chantel Lugaro. Kristen Bitts. Mylin Tran. Aluchi Njoku. Madison Gust. Eva Jimenez. Abayomi Brownfield. Andrew Charles Ray Vonwall. Diego Verduzco. Elijah David Myers. Jarrett Thomas Moore. Now presenting the candidates for the degree of Master of Science in Law, beginning with those members of the class of 2025 selected by our Faculty Committee on Honors and Awards for special recognition. Recognized with the MSL Award of Excellence, Lynn Sager Sullivan.
The last name's pronounced Lavin. Lavin?
Brad Lavin. Catherine Boren, with great distinction. Laura Crabtree, with great distinction. Alexa Lum Edwards. Bobby Jackson. Nicholas Gauthier, with distinction. Jennifer Wallace Sanders, concentration in water and environmental law. My, concentration in business law. Miranda Burnett, concentration in government law and policy. Alexandra Rosanna Rodriguez, concentration in government law and policy. Lavenia Caroline Kotopovai, concentration in business law. Monea Alish Jennings, with distinction, cum laude, concentration in government and policy. Jamal Valentine. Lisa Nicole Phanopoulos, concentration in government law and policy. Eric Enriquez. And now presenting the candidates for the degree of Master of Laws, beginning with those members of the class of 2025 selected by our Faculty Committee on Honors and Awards for special recognition. Recognize with the Graduate Student Service Award, Tatiana Bagri, Master's Representative of the Student Bar Association. Recognize with the LLM Award of Excellence, Teresa Anna Hackle, concentration in intellectual property. Diego Ahumada. Alexei Franchuk. Anna Avdalian. Navjeet Kaur Atwal. Renee Nunez. Sadicha Lamichain, concentration in LLM. Laura Neuhauser. Antonia Harmon. Alexandra Perron. Habib Rahmani and friends. Askar Elabasov.
Next page, sir.
Yep. Now presenting the candidates for the degree of Doctor of Juridical Science, beginning with those members of the class of 2025 selected by our Faculty Committee on Honors and Awards for special recognition. Recognized with the JSD Award of Excellence, Ayodeji Jayoba. Ladies and gentlemen, the Master of Public Administration and Public Policy, Master of Science in Law, Master of Laws, and Doctor of Juridical Science, Class of 2025. President Callahan, we now present to you the candidates for the degree of Juris Doctor, beginning with the valedictorians, salutatorians, and those members of the class of 2025 selected by our Faculty Committee on Honors and Awards for special recognition. The valedictorian for the full-time day division and recognized with the Outstanding Scholastic Achievement Award, Logan William Bambino. Order of the Coif with great distinction, member of the Pacific Law Review and Trainer Society. The valedictorian for the part-time evening division and recognized with the Outstanding Scholastic Achievement Award, Sharon Rose Whitkin. Order of the Coif with great distinction, member of the Trainer Society, and passed the February 2025 bar exam. I don't have a card. No card? Oh, card. And that is Joshua Curry, salutatorian for the full-time day division. Order of the Coif with great distinction. Anxious to cross the stage. The salutatorian for the part-time evening division, Alexander Mather Lesnick. Order of the Coif with great distinction. Concentration in intellectual property. Recognized with the Outstanding Graduating Senior Award for the Full-Time Day Division, Sonny Francis Gorba, Order of the Coif with great distinction. Recognized with the Outstanding Graduating Senior Award for the Part-Time Evening Division, Griffith Ryan Roberts, with great distinction, concentration in capital lawyering. Recognized with the Outstanding Student Achievement Award for the Full-Time Day Division, Julia Pauline Lopez, Order of the Coif, Order of Barristers, great distinction, concentration in trial and appellate advocacy. Recognized with the Outstanding Student Achievement Award for the Full-Time Day Division, Kara Lindsay Anderson, with great distinction, concentration in capital lawyering, Editor-in-Chief of the Pacific Law Review. Recognized with the Outstanding Student Achievement Award for the Part-Time Evening Division, Carrie Renee Adams Hayes, concentration in business with distinction. Recognized with the ALI CLE Scholarship and Leadership Award for the Full-Time Day Division, Isabella Patricia Carmichael. Also recognized with the ALI CLE Scholarship and Leadership Award for the Full-Time Day Division, Matthew Brooks, with distinction, trial advocacy. Recognized with the ALI CLE Scholarship and Leadership Award for the Part-Time Evening Division, Jensen Blaine, great distinction. Recognized with the Outstanding Student Service Award for the Full-Time Day Division, Andrew Page McGowan.
Here I am. And yeah.
Also recognized with the Outstanding Student Service Award for the Full-Time Day Division, Sweet Jane Kathleen Hammond, concentration in tax and business. Also recognized with the Outstanding Student Service Award for the Full-Time Day Division, Mahima Karia, concentration in business. Recognized with Outstanding Student Service Award for the Part-Time Evening Division, Michael Craig Kennedy. Also recognized with the Outstanding Student Service Award for the Part-Time Evening Division, Sarah T. Youngtrip, with distinction. Recognized with the Outstanding Student Leadership in Diversity and Inclusion Award for the full-time day division, Valentina Martinez Rodriguez. Also recognized with the Outstanding Student Leadership and in Diversity and Inclusion Award for the full-time day division, Yanine Peaches Ortega. Recognized with the Outstanding Student Leadership in Diversity and Inclusion Award for the part-time evening division, Matthew Viviano Munoz, with distinction, concentration in trial and appellate advocacy. Miles White, with distinction, concentration in capital lawyering and business. Card. Miguel Angel Romero Ochoa, Order of the Coif, Order of Barristers, great distinction, concentration in trial and appellate advocacy. Passed the 2025 February bar. Bailey Sue Morel, concentration in water and environmental and capital lawyering. Guneeth Singh Gill, concentration in business and tax. Matthew Rogers, capital lawyering concentration. Haley Simpson, with distinction. Madeline McKinney, with great distinction. Maria Martinez, concentration in international law. William Finkel, with great distinction. Kevin Moore, concentration in capital lawyering. Thomas Michelle, concentration, tax and business. Mariah Wayne, with great distinction. Melanie Clement. Kendall Mutz, with distinction, concentration in intellectual property. Alyssa Wagner, with great distinction, concentration in intellectual property. Sydney Schreiner, with great distinction, concentration in intellectual property. Peyton Hart, with distinction, concentration in trial advocacy. Kelsey Morris, with distinction. Simran Sekun, concentration in intellectual property. Brian Robbins. Jackson Merle. Emily Nelson, with distinction, concentration in tax and business. Shannon Rose McGinnis, concentration in intellectual property and business. Lauren Reed, concentration in business and intellectual property. Victoria Badillo, with distinction, concentration in business and tax. Diana Crow, with distinction, concentration in capital lawyering and business. Julia Pasnick. Haley Rice, concentration in capital lawyering. Ashley Bliss, concentration in capital lawyering. Zachary Duncase, concentration in capital lawyering. David Bonnemeyer, with distinction. Joseph Murphy, concentration in international. Jaime Jiang, concentration in intellectual property. Jamie. Catherine Duong, concentration in business and tax. Erica Alvarez Ramos, concentration in trial and appellate advocacy. Stefan Jacobo Martinez, with distinction. Nicholas Peterson Klinkenbeard, with great distinction. Deborah Elaine Jager, concentration in tax and business. Whitney Ellis. Megan Upshaw. Deeksha Jaga, concentration in tax, business, and elder health law. Megan Halliday. Joshua Interiano, with distinction, concentration in intellectual property. Alexander Madera Ubiedo. Matthew Santamaria. Alan Levitt. Juan Contreras. Stanislav Allen, with distinction. Adarsh Chandra, with distinction, concentration in trial and appellate advocacy. Alec Van Enemam. Tara Paris. Sabel Akiol, concentration in trial and appellate advocacy. Jasenia Pastron. Jacob Olmos. Rishame Gonzalez, concentration in trial and appellate advocacy. Kate Lauren Sarmiento. Natalia Osorio Elizondo, with distinction, passed the February 2025 bar exam. Wendy Martinez. Justy Poti, concentration, trial, and appellate advocacy. Maritza Ortiz Orotia, concentration in capital lawyering. Ufneet Upal, concentration, elder and health law. Lydia Maldonado, Order of the Barristers with distinction, concentration in trial and appellate advocacy. Sabina Bagdasarova, Order of the Coif, Order of the Barristers with great distinction. Marino Dominguez, with distinction, Order of the Barristers, Trainer Society. Khalil Ferguson, with distinction, concentration in capital lawyering. Patrick Fortelka, Order of the Coif, with great distinction. Michael Olin Coyne, Order of the Coif, with great distinction. Christian Raoul Boucher. Christopher Wickler, Order of the Coif, with great distinction. Billy Listenby, with distinction. Rachel Lucchini, concentration in tax law, Moot Court Honors Board. Nathan Jeremiah Arune. Ryan Esnashari. Ryan Rodriguez, Order of the Coif, with great distinction. Zachary David Schiffer, Order of the Coif, with great distinction, Order of Barristers. Sarah Bridges, concentration in capital lawyering. Tara Caffro, with distinction, concentration in trial and appellate advocacy. Aliyah Sipra, with distinction. Bhupinder Kaur Manna, concentration, trial and appellate advocacy. Destiny Renee Snyder, concentration in capital lawyering. Devin Cable Nelson, with great distinction, trial and appellate advocacy. Elise Bold. Kaylee Adams, Concentration, tax and business. Taylor Gonzalez, concentration, capital lawyering. James Chuney. Drushti Patel, a concentration in tax and business. Gol Naz Nuruzwi. Kelly Lafave, concentration, trial, and appellate advocacy. Eduardo Flores, with distinction. Marcus A. Guevara, concentration in tax and business. Monique Hasban Maya. Lindy Munoz. Miranda Lee, with distinction. Molly Byron, with distinction. Perla Ornelas Perez, concentration, trial, and appellate advocacy. Gabrielle Ann Season, with distinction. Natalie Salveson. Bailey Houlihan. Robert Smith, with great distinction, concentration in tax and business. Daisy Tinoco, with great distinction. Sitlali Benarisa Perez, concentration in capital lawyering, Moot Court Honors Board. Tony Chavez. James Largent. Ilkun Kim, with great distinction. Brendan Risotto, Order of the Coif, with great distinction. Emily Sabian, Order of the Coif, concentration, trial, and appellate advocacy. Selena Martinez, concentration in water and environmental law. Winnie Ellerman, concentration in trial and appellate advocacy and international law. India Neville. Alexander Wendler. Zachary Byrne.
Oh my gosh, I'm nervous. I feel nervous right now.
Taeyun Kim. Chanel Moya. Senna Denise Stephan. Amy McLean. Irina Kulba, with distinction, concentration, tax, law, and business. Peyton Kwalwasa, with distinction, Trainer Society. Tristan Dhaliwal. Barrett McLaughlin, with distinction, business and elder law, passed the February bar. Jason Williams. Mark Kramer, with great distinction. Ladies and gentlemen, the Juris Doctor degree class of 2025. Well done. Thank you. Thank you.
Congratulations. We at McGeorge are so proud to have been witnesses to the successes we have celebrated here today. On behalf of the class of 2025 and our faculty and staff, please join us for a reception on the law school campus immediately following the ceremony. I look forward to greeting you there. Professor Moylan will now present the benediction. Following the benediction, please remain in your seats until the graduating class has left the floor of the auditorium. Thank you.
Let us come together to conclude this portion of our journey. Graduates, remember this day not as the end of your educational path, but as a milestone of achievement along the road to becoming the best that you have to offer the world and yourself. Every person in this room is here to help you on that journey. May this day recharge you. May it renew your determination to serve others, to stand for your values, and to lead with thoughtful reflection. As you spread out into the world, remember the values and sense of community that you have felt here at McGeorge. Bring this sense of care and community to everywhere you live and work from this day onward. Find joy wherever you possibly can. Sow hope for yourself and for the people around you. Most of all, keep thinking and keep your own counsel, regardless of your politics, regardless of your ideology. There is danger in blindly following the rules. As political philosopher Hannah Arendt wrote in 1964 in Responsibility and Judgment, much more reliable will be the doubters and the skeptics, not because skepticism is good or doubting wholesome, but because they are used to examine things and make up their own minds. Best of all will be those who know only one thing for certain, that whatever else happens, as long as we live, we shall have to live together with ourselves. Law school has focused on critical thinking and communication skills. Use those skills in conversation with yourself and with others so that you can ethically lead and learn for decades to come. Being a lawyer or a legal professional comes with responsibility and accountability to others. We believe in you. Believe in yourselves. And as closure would happen in the faith I was raised in, I will say to you, go forth to love and serve the law. We're done.